Hey, this is Anders from Draconian, and you're listening to the Dan Chan Show on Hard Rock Hell Radio.
Hey Anders, how's things going?
Things are quite fine, thank you for asking.
And
I'm still in Greece.
A little vacation in Corfu?
Yeah, it's like a work/holiday thing.
Nice.
Been here for 2 months now.
Oh, really? Excellent.
But now it's just holiday.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, enjoy yourself. You guys are releasing Under A Godless Veil on the 30th of October, just in time for Halloween. Surely that's on purpose, right? The Halloween release.
No, it's not.
It's not?
The last album, Sovereign, was released on Halloween as well. And I think it's just a fluke, to be honest. We wanted to release this album prior to this fall.
Yeah.
And even prior to this year. We've been having setbacks after setbacks and a lot of bad luck.
Yeah.
With everything that made the whole process delayed. So we've had I think 2 or 3 preliminary release dates before this one.
Really? Was it pandemic reasons or other reasons?
I think now this time it was a little bit for the pandemic as well. I'm not sure, but it was supposed to be released in June.
Yeah.
The booking agency and the label didn't really like that, but they still offered us this slot because we wanted to release it as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Because it has been delayed for so long, and fans has been waiting for a couple of years now. So we just wanted to get it out there.
Yeah.
But then we had some problems with the layout artist, and it got the whole, booklet thing got delayed. So in the end, the label got what they wanted. So.
Well, perfect. Halloween couldn't be better for you guys, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I guess in the end, it's a pretty good date to release this album.
So
I don't know.
So you've released 3 singles from the album so far, which I've been playing on my show. How have they been received?
4 actually.
4 now. 4. I've sat the researcher.
Yes, the 4 first songs of the album.
Yeah.
Now with the album release, we're gonna release the music video for Sleepwalkers, which is the 5th song of the album.
Yeah.
So you can say the second half of the album is gonna be the surprise, or what people haven't heard yet. When I have a little bit of bravery after a couple of drinks, I do read the comment section. So.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
And YouTube, it could be very cancerous, but it has been overwhelmingly well received.
That's good.
And it's very. I know people have high expectations waiting this long, and I think people are very happy about this.
Yeah.
And it just makes me more stoked to finally release this album. It's going to be a big thing for us and for the fans. And finally, very long.
A little bit of history. You guys have been around since '94, and yet this is only going to be your 7th studio release. Tell me a bit more of the history of the band for those that don't know. A lot of the bands would have given up after waiting for many years for an elusive record deal. You've had a few setbacks in the past, haven't you?
Yeah, quite a lot actually. We did start play while we were just teenagers.
Yeah.
And released a couple of demos. The first demo was very well received, so it gave us some incentive to, continue.
Yeah.
We were promised some deals, but it never happened.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, it was like, tape trading and, writing regular mail, stuff like this.
Yeah.
But then the second demo or promo was a failure, and then it took a long time before we got the band together again to release, going to the studio again and release.
Yeah.
And that was also messed up in the mix, even though we worked very hard on that album. But then in the year 2000, guitar player decided to leave, and Johan quit the drums and started playing guitar and writing music instead. So the band changed a bit there. We went from more symphonic gothic metal style to more doomy British, death doom inspired, with still some, the classical gothic metal elements still attached to it, of course. And then it was just a promo. And then 2 years later, we released Dark Oceans We Cry, which gave us a record So that was in 2003 we got the record deal, and when we released our first album.
Yeah.
With some of the old songs and some of the new songs.
Yeah.
So I think the struggle made us better.
Yeah.
And there's always been setbacks, but the main creative elements in the band has always been me and Johan.
Yeah.
Now Heike as well.
Yeah. So back to the new album.
As we're here.
Has the writing and recording process changed much over the years? You probably answered that just now with so many different people coming and going. You must say, is it? Yeah, but you've just explained that it's like three of you core guys that write.
Yeah, it is. I mean, before Heike came into the band, it was just me and Johan, but Heike is also a singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
And she adds some vocals now when she is part of the band.
Yeah.
And definitely on this new album. She has got a more prominent role here. And I think the songs, the way they were written, all worked.
Yeah.
So it was actually my idea to let her do most of the vocals.
Yeah.
The album for it. And we wanted to focus more on the feminine aspect of this kind of music.
Yeah.
And to strip down the sound a little, make it a little bit more subtle and basic.
So what are the themes of the album? What do you guys like writing about?
Well, it's always been, about existential pain and angst.
Yeah.
Not finding your place, your true self in the world.
Yeah.
Feeling alienated, like you cannot really, get your true spirit out here. Like there's always something hindering you, like some external force that is always pushing you down, stuff like this. It's always been, our lyrics has always been like this. Whether it's about love or relationships or just subjective thoughts about life.
Yeah.
Or about even the esoteric Luciferian inspirations that we've had on a couple of albums.
Yeah.
It's always dealt with the discomfort of living in this world. And I think the new album is the same because it deals with more of a mythological aspect of it. Gnostic ideas, that had these kind of thought prophecies as well.
Yeah.
That we're trapped here in a world where we don't belong, held here by a cosmic warden, so to say. Almost like the Matrix, the movie The Matrix, or The Truman Show, or movies like that, where you are having this platonic way of seeing reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. It goes back to Plato.
So,
shadowing the kid.
So how do you guys decide whether it's going to be harsh or clean? If you're both writing the lyrics, does it just depend on what part of the song needs?
We have a pretty clear understanding. We've been doing this since the first demo, the Beauty and the Beast kind of thing.
Yeah.
Apart from a few songs and I think one promo was without female vocals completely.
Yeah.
No, me and Johan, we come up with song ideas together. I write. It kind of happens automatically. Pieces fall into place when he writes something. He has sometimes vocals in mind.
Yeah.
And when I hear it, and then we come together and we make it work.
Uh-huh.
And we've done it for so long now, so we know how to carry it.
Yeah.
It's a difficult question because it just happens
naturally.
And it doesn't work always.
No.
We do like pre-productions and stuff like that, and then we just toy around with it until it does. So,
yeah.
So, and then maybe the producer might have some ideas, and
So what are your standout tracks from the new album, and what are you looking forward to performing most?
I don't know, man. They're all quite spectacular. I love to do The Sacrificial Flame.
Yeah.
It'd be very nice to do Moon Over Sabaoth.
Yeah.
For my own way. It's a bit more heavier, and it could, be a bit, bring some, nuance into the stuff.
Yeah.
And I think Lustrous Heart is our first single.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of a must to play that one. But they all kind of shine, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good way to have it.
And we haven't even started rehearsing the songs yet, so we're starting now in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Practicing for the tours and the upcoming shows next year.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You've got a European tour scheduled for March next year. Was that always planned for March, or was that moved as well?
It was moved, and that was because of the coronavirus.
Yeah.
It was very uncertain. We wanted to book a tour by the time of the album release.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do,
Of course.
You you drop a video with the album and you go out on tour.
Yeah.
You can promote the album. But obviously we need to promote the tour many months ahead. And so it was just not possible to do it. So it was the booking agency and our management. We just discussed it with them, and it ended up in March.
Yeah. So, Anders,
So
what are your personal influences? You know, what drew you towards this this genre of music?
For me, it's a duality that I like.
Yeah.
The light and the dark, and the beauty and the grotesque is meeting and doing like some kind of a marriage together.
Yeah.
That always appealed to me because I think it kind of reflects the world we live in a bit. There's so much beauty, but there's so much suffering as well, and grimness, and so I kind of think that it represents how I view things.
Yeah.
But it's also the kind of music, the kind of metal I love the most, the gothic inspired doom death metal.
So what bands influenced you from a younger age?
Well, I was watching Headbangers Ball.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. And they started promoting My Dang Bride all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Before the first album came out.
Yeah.
When they released that Symphonaire mini single, mini album. And they had this video. And then I saw Paradise Lost was releasing Gothic. And I heard this kind of music with female vocals for the first time. And I think it is the first song ever that is like a Gothic female romantic Gothic, dark Gothic doom track. Gothic by Paradise Lost.
Yeah.
And that kind of was completely hooked. I wanted to do something like that ever since.
Yeah.
Then, of course, Anathema released Serenades. This incredibly gloomy yet romantic, dark, heavy music completely appealed to me, and I wanted to do something. And I was in my own band at the time. We were doing like gory death metal.
Yeah.
And I quit that band like 1 or 2 years later, and then I was looking for something like Draconian. I wanted to create my own band, but then there was this other band in my town called Jacobsson who was looking for a vocalist and a co-songwriter and a lyricist. So I just hooked up with them, and then we changed the band name to Draconian. So that's how my journey started, kind of.
You played keys as well, didn't you, originally?
Yeah, I did. I wrote some of the songs, or some of the parts of some songs, and I still have help arrange music sometimes. I come with ideas.
Yeah.
I cannot really play, but I can.
Yeah.
I can tell him to Johan, and he plays. Sometimes it is like it. I mean, I know how it works with this band and what kind of music and melodies it work.
Yeah, of course.
And our minds together create something that obviously works. So, but yeah, I did play some keyboard in the beginning before we found a girl who was playing.
Well, Anders, I want to thank you for joining me on the show. Good luck with the album and the tour next year as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.